Buckle up, Buttercup. Live from Gloucester, Massachusetts. Podcasting around the world. You're listening to the GloucesterCast podcast, a production of Joey Shimataro and Good Morning Gloucester Media. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the show with your host, Joey Shimataro, and his crew of merry castaways. No piping plovers will be intentionally harmed in the production of this podcast.
Good morning, Gloucester. We are live on
What's
this.
so good about it?
What's good about it? Yo.
Is this the kind of attitude I can expect out of you today?
No, this is a Kumbaya podcast.
This needs to be
Let's all be fun.
You stole Scotty's hat. We are live. It's September 19th. It feels like a little bit like fall today. First kind of fall-ish day, I would say. It's a perfect day for football. Good luck to Connor, my stepson, and Alex Hill's son, Caitlin Shimataro's son. Big time football game today. I'm joined by Jimmy Dalpiaz.
Good morning, Gloucester.
Scotty Mack.
Good morning, Gloucester.
I'm your host, Joey Shimataro. Paul Gamber.
Good morning, Gloucester.
DMD.
DMV? What?
DMD.
Oh, DMD. I'm sorry.
Sometimes it feels like a V.
Christopher McCarthy.
Good morning, Gloucester.
Oh.
Come on, Joe. Let's go. It's going to be a good podcast today, Joe. Let's
A
go.
lot of energy. Lot of energy.
This is the type of attitude we're going to expect out of you all morning.
Camera 2.
Camera 2. You ready?
Camera 2.
Camera.
And there's
Oh,
Pat.
She's not as fuzzy.
She's out of
Hi,
focus.
Kate.
Pat, you're out of focus.
Where's fingers today?
Kat, press the button to get you in focus. Just half depressed. There you go. Perfect.
Oh,
Thank
nice.
you, Pat.
Where's fingers?
It only works while you're pressing the button.
Where's Fingers?
Where is Fingers?
He's on vacation.
Oh, Fingers is in Maine.
Riding this Holly.
Three fingers.
Perfect day to rob his house.
Oh, you're trying to fucking box me out. No, Paul's trying to box me out here.
I'd like to give a shout out to my beautiful wife, my beautiful wife, beautiful wife, Caitlin, who is along with her partner Charlene McCarthy with 5 Mark Properties, selling real estate. They're kicking ass and taking names. If you want to move to Gloucester, if you live in Gloucester, you're looking to move down south or whatever, we would love for you to give them a call. Caitlin will put her cell phone number up there. If Charlene's watching, she can put her cell phone number up, and then we'll share it once or twice throughout the show. Support her, and then you support me and Chris. So that's a good.
So we don't,
There it is.
so we don't have to do these podcasts.
So they can do the
look at
podcast
that.
and not have to work.
Look at that. Kate listens.
Well, and you don't have to just move to
Which would be
Gloucester.
nice.
If you want to move to anywhere in Massachusetts.
Yeah, they actually they have an office in
Middleton.
Middleton. So and Charlene was from Danvers, and you guys. You grew
Hopefully
up
that's
in
not
Middleton.
the jail.
No, not the jail. Not the jail. Chris and I went to the Newport International Boat Show yesterday.
International, yeah.
Thanks for the invite.
International Love. We left at 7 a.m. We knew you wouldn't be up, so we didn't bother to call. So
I was
But
up
we
at
knew-
5:30 a.m.
But
From
we,
the night before.
Yes.
but we knew you would say, thanks for inviting me.
Exactly. No, that's the thing.
We thought of
Fresh
you.
off of a Friday night in which we had a blast with Scotty behind the turntables,
Yeah.
which every time I see him perform, spinning his tunes, I am just that much more.
I'm just beside myself.
Kate and I were talking about it once again about how much, how perfect he is as a DJ, how he nails it. Kate just wrote, Scotty crushed it.
Did
I gotta
Kate
tell you-
sing?
I gotta
Kate,
tell you
did
something,
sing
though.
on this one?
What's
No.
that?
No singing from
I was
Kate?
singing.
No.
No,
But
they
I
don't.
have to tell you that I come alive and become electric when you show up and Kate and TJ and the rest of the Boating Fools crew. Like, it gives that extra.
Oh, Zach's with us as well. The best. Zach.
Zach.
Yeah.
It
Hey,
gives
Zach.
like a spark into my show because I get excited that you guys actually show up and now I'm like, it gives that extra push. So thank you.
You were on your A game for sure.
Well, and I was the first one on the dance floor.
Gamble, what is it? What do we have to do? Is get a stick of dynamite to get you here at nighttime? It's get you in the day. We gotta get you to the nighttime.
Well, you remember what happened last time I was here at nighttime.
I may or may not have been.
Hey, from what I understand,
Jim
Delpia has told me that I need to eat a box of Oreo cookies and come into Paul Gamba's office for his dental hygienist assistance.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Jimmy would never tell you that. Would you,
I
Jim?
like that.
Does
idea.
that ever happen?
No.
What's the, I mean, on a percentage? How many? What would you say the percentage of people that come in with really fucked up shit in their teeth and don't even floss?
Yeah, like didn't brush their teeth.
No, like before cleaning, I'd say like less than 1% because that's usually the time anyone brushes for their first time that year. It's just the night before their cleaning appointment. So they come in, their gums are all swollen.
Almost like the Catholics that go to church Christmas Day.
Yes, right, exactly.
That's the one time.
Easter and Christmas, it's the
They say
flossers
2
that
Hail
come
Marys
in.
and an Our Father before they come in.
Exactly.
Well,
Cleanings are every 6 months, so they floss their teeth twice a year.
Speaking of prep, like colonoscopy, I don't prep. I let my doctor work hard.
So you don't do the 24-hour
I don't, no.
fasting?
No,
prep.
I'm going to pay him $2,500, and I got to go through the whole cleansing process.
I thought you were going to say, unlike twice a year for the 6 months, you were going to practice all year.
Wow.
When I had my thing, I got violently sick when I fasted that whole day.
I know.
And
Yeah,
I
that's
did
rough.
the Gatorade and stuff. I was sick for like 3 weeks, just
Yeah,
completely.
I can't even smell Gatorade anymore because of that.
Yeah, it's bad shit. Bad shit.
Bad
We're
shit.
gonna say hello to the ladies, Paul. Right? We're gonna say hello to all the
Yes.
assistants. I know they're watching.
My whole
They
crew,
will be.
they said they've been watching.
Oreos are ready.
JC
Oh, really?
Jimmy, yeah.
They
Well,
watch.
Jim
Oh, yeah.
came in the office, we gave him a tour, and they started telling him things that happened on the show. They're watching.
They want to know are they, this
I'd like to
Paul
see
really
them. I'd like to
talked
see them
about that?
chime in. If any of Paul's assistants have any stories they'd like to share in the comments, we would love to
We
hear
may
that.
even have a shout out for new listeners. Jim's brother and his wife visited this weekend and are heading back home and said that they were going to start listening. So they may be on right now.
Why haven't they been listening all along?
I think I think they just didn't understand how. So we showed them.
Oh,
Yeah.
excellent. Good
Look
job,
at Brenda's comment.
And,
Brenda Shaki Leahy says, "I worked in endoscopy. We call people who don't prep a shit show."
I think we need Brenda on the show. Brenda, you have to come on the show
Talk
and
about
share some
This-
of
aren't
your
the
worst.
HIPAA
Is it gonna be like the waxing with Jim? We're gonna actually do it live.
We probably should. Yeah, Brenda.
We could put a sheet up, can't we?
Why do you have to wax Brenda?
our friends.
No.
I don't know what you're asking.
No,
there.
she's an endoscopy person, so she does the
Oh.
butthole.
She's
She does
gonna-
everything to
she's
do with the
gonna do the
butthole.
She'll definitely come on.
She's gonna do the butthole.
Wait to do the
All
endoscopy on Jim?
Jimmy.
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 It won't hurt Jimmy.
Yeah, it won't hurt.
She'll use plenty of lube, and she'll get the
Scoonie Boo Boo's on right now. So is Amy and
our friends, the
I'm so
swingers,
sorry.
the Spanks from the villages, from the swinger
Spanks?
community.
why did they come on right after the butthole doctor?
Hey,
Are they calling each
Betty
other?
Brooks Graver. I don't think I've seen that name
No, she's
before.
been on the last.
She
few
has?
weeks.
Nice,
Yes,
nice.
pretty religious
Thanks for
weekend,
joining
Betty.
us,
Must have
Robert.
talked to Jim's brother.
Robert.
Maybe.
He was
Steve.
instrumental in getting them on. Steve Reed's with us.
Hey,
he likes my
no way.
hat. Steve, don't tell Ralph, but this is the color of my tux next month.
Whoa.
This comes with my tux.
Chris has
So-
Chris has a hat on.
Excuse
Brenda,
me?
Brenda Grindstein is with us.
I saw Joey Foot's
Zach.
up there too. Hi,
Joey
Joey.
Foot's with us.
Right out of the gate, a bunch of
Amy.
antics today. I
Amy
love
and
it.
Scooty Poo Poo. Arlie Pet's with us. Ed Collard's with us.
Hey, Ed.
Ed, one of the numerous winners of the prizes. What do we have for today for prizes?
Today we have.
Let's go to your closet, Joe.
Let's go. No, not today. I have another show coming up next week for the Cape Ann Time Bank people, which will be held at
What kind of bank?
40 Time Bank.
No.
The people who trade
You invest in time.
Hours for
tasks for
yeah.
Oh, all right.
yeah.
yeah. So I'm
It was a
going
legit
to
question.
explain that a little bit. The Time Banks is go here for one second. Time Banks is an organization that was founded in Gloucester, and you sign up. Now, even if you're a dentist, I don't know
Yeah.
if this is a good deal for you, but if you're a dentist or if you're a landscaper within that, you trade units of time and from your.
So it's a barter bank.
It's a barter bank, but no money changes hands, so there's no taxes paid.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's legit. They check.
That's legit.
They checked it out, and it's legit. So you trade an hour of your time, like say some kind of dental thing, and you may have a guy that cuts down trees. I don't know if a guy that cuts down trees is gonna maybe, but you can sign up and they trade it. So they're the ones that are putting on this show.
They are, and it'll be at 44 Commercial Street, kind of behind Mom's. There's a big building back there. Yesterday they had a farmer's market in there or something. So anyway, there's a show next week, and I will be there. And today's prize is one of my products, 2 of these coasters.
Is that slightly used?
No, it is not. It is
I see a coffee stain on it.
Yeah,
This
there's a
is
ring.
Is that a snowy owl?
It is.
Oh, look at you,
Hold
Paul.
it.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Watching Good Morning Gloucester. Has
You read
Nice.
your prep
Nice.
notes. Good job.
Bird and
Paul.
non-
Oh, was it on there?
Yeah.
I didn't
Not
read my prep
murder.
notes.
So today's prize is a pair of those coasters,
Nice.
Peking Owl coasters,
Oh,
which will be delivered to Arts Abound in Magnolia on Wednesday when they open up again.
Does the winner get the pair, or we get
The
2
pair.
winners, one for each?
The pair,
The pair.
yeah.
Nice.
what happened here? Oh, so I got a delivery. No, Kate sent me a delivery. I got a new package came.
Oh.
What do you think was in the? Who wants to guess what was in the package?
I know what's in it.
Wait, Kate sent you a package?
Wait, Kate sent it?
Yeah.
No, I got something that came.
Was it a brown
it was
wrapper
eBay.
or-
It was an eBay thing.
No brown wrapper.
I'm going to go with
Is it on your list?
I'm going to go with a new lens for your camera.
No, but that's coming.
I'm going to go with something that's very personal between you two. Food.
No,
Nope.
Excuse me?
not from eBay. No, Paul.
I don't know. I didn't-
Kate just dropped a big clue, I think.
No, Kate. No, Kate.
It's a terry cloth.
Oh, she did. Oh, so it's Kate. Kate guessed terry cloth or
Yeah.
Helly Hansen.
I said terry cloth. I was gonna
What did you say,
terry-
Chris?
I was going to say terry
Is
cloth.
that a bathroom?
Chris gets the prize.
Was that on a
terry cloth.
Facebook Marketplace value discount?
No, new with tags. It's navy blue terry cloth shirt, polo shirt.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
Yeah, from Argentina.
No,
You bought it
Portugal.
for-
It was made in
You
Portugal.
two are spending way too much time where you're watching what he orders, and you know.
No,
Like saying-
I help him with his problems because he's
Yes.
like, Chris,
Problem.
I'm telling you, I've been saying it
barbecues and
for
terry cloth.
I've been
Barbecues
saying
and
it-
terry cloth.
and Helly Hansen.
Oh, and Elliot.
I've been saying it for 2.5, 3 years now. Terry cloth is going to make a huge comeback. I'm going to have a big stockpile, and I'm cornering the
You're
market.
going to be ahead of the curve.
If you don't know, I mean, terry cloth feels really nice on. I mean, it's just a nice.
Chris, we're gonna
nice
How
material.
nice. How
We're going to have a
nice.
car wash at Captain
No,
Joe
I
and
gotta
Sons
say,
with the
when I
terry
see
cloth
you wearing
shirts.
it, I giggle a little bit.
Why do you giggle?
Because it doesn't look like you
It's 70s.
to me.
It is a
You
little
don't like them
retro.
in terry cloth?
No, I don't actually. It doesn't feel
She's,
Listen,
she's being
listen.
honest
it's
with you.
you.
I'm happy for her to say this because country bumpkins from East fucking backwoods fucking New York might as well be Ohio. I'm not concerned about
We do
her.
other things
Like
with
her,
terry
her
cloth.
Hey, I got to tell you, we have a high viewership in Ohio, Joe. So
big.
We wrap our meats and put it in the ground with terry cloth,
Terry cloth.
and that's how. And then we bring it up, and then we clean it off, and we wear it to show
When
our
they
men.
go
Like,
hunting. When they go hunting,
Yeah.
that's
I am very disappointed in Paula Ryan O'Brien. She's not checked in today.
Oh, I know.
She's fallen off with the podcast. I don't know what's going on with her. Very disappointed.
Watch your mouth.
Ooh.
Joe was saying, watch your mouth.
Oh, what
John
happened?
Bergman.
You said it.
No,
was
John
John.
Bergman. So
You
he
said
said
that.
no.
Oh,
F
here we
word.
go.
yeah, you're dropping f-bombs about country bumpkins.
Paul,
Oh, there she is. She was lurking.
Perking up on the
She-
backwoods.
She was
stuff.
lurking in the background. Paula Ryan O'Brien was. God love
Look
her.
at this muffin top.
Hey, would you like to speak to that place that you took us to yesterday? That was unbelievable. Next level.
Oh, we took you to 2 places since Joe and I were.
Oh, that's right.
We
You
went
were a
over
couple
7
yesterday,
bridges.
yeah.
Would have been nice,
yesterday.
Jim. Would have been nice.
Well, it was when we were coming back, and you had a party that you didn't invite us to.
I had a party and you showed up. Go ahead.
The first place we went to was the Baldwin Bar, in Woburn.
Have you heard? Anybody heard of it?
I'd not
No.
heard of it.
No,
But-
I
someone
had
told
neither.
me about it a couple years ago, and Charlene and I finally went, and it's a really cool place. They were a semi-finalist for James Beard Award for beverages. James Beard is a guy who knows how to cook and knows how to drink. And if you get an award with his name on it, you're
Pretty
good.
special.
You're
I
good.
like you didn't miss a beat.
No, James
But-
Beard Award. If you win a James Beard Award, actually,
It's huge.
what's her name? We have
Barbara Lynch.
Barbara Lynch. She's
Barbara
going to be on
Lynch.
Rocky Neck has one. But it's
Right.
if you have one of those attached to your name, you can pretty much write your own checks. People will back you and finance you. And it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yep. Also, if you have a beard attached to your face,
Then-
No, but
and your name is Jimmy.
I think I don't want to get too far off topic, but I think Portsmouth, New Hampshire has like an incredible amount of James,
James
Beard
Beard, really.
winners in their town, which
Yeah.
makes it a destination.
So it's Chinese food. It's gourmet Chinese food. But
talk about the
the
space.
feature, yeah, in the space, you walk up to this old building.
16 early
Yeah, there's a name
1600s,
for it.
before the first half
Yeah.
of the 1600s, this building was built.
Yeah, and it's a
Gorgeous,
house.
yeah.
It's basically a house, so it has multiple rooms, and they haven't done much to it.
It's beautiful.
But the big attraction are the drinks.
Like the
And,
grog.
I mean, they're not.
No,
These are drinks
no.
that you won't see anywhere else. If you don't like something on the menu or you're in the mood for something, you tell them what you want, like tequila. Do you want it, tropical? Do you want it acidic? And they'll make you something. They serve them in glasses that are very, very unique. Charlene
is that what
and
I
Kate-
saw with the dry ice?
Yeah.
Yes.
coming out
So
of
I'm gonna
Yeah.
put it up here right now so people can get an idea of what we're talking about here.
Yeah, the drink
that,
looked
Uber?
delicious.
Uber?
I think it was Woburn, right, Chris? Hold on.
Back.
Oh, get the focus. Get the focus. Oh, here. Okay, here we
Oh,
go.
look at that.
Yeah.
Now, what is the green? It looks like green on top of the
It's-
drink.
It's a bunch of mint, and I mean, there was a rose.
There's
in
flowers.
there.
There's roses in it.
and the
Roughage.
so it's a really unique place. I would highly recommend it. The
mean,
food's
The
outstanding.
room was
You
beautiful.
know, the drinks it's a little bit more expensive, but
Worth it.
it's well worth it. It's an experience.
Yeah.
And then we went to Wakefield to Sabatino's, which is one of my favorite
Love that
Italian
place.
restaurants. Have you been there?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bartender David had
Bartender
us in
David,
stitches.
Sharon, was it Sharon?
I think it was Sharon. I'm not-
Sharon, the bartender.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy.
Oh,
He's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he prides himself. I think he might have.
It's his family that owns it.
Yeah, he's a cousin.
cousin. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the food
Uh,
was fantastic.
Yeah, food was. I got
Reasonable.
tripe. I
He
got
had it
tripe.
too. I tried it.
Joe tried it.
A couple pieces. I didn't just stop at one.
What?
No, and then he got the bread and he was dipping it in the sauce.
Tripe juice?
The
Tripe
zoo,
juice.
the zoo,
You had tripe juice?
tripe zoo.
And you were downstairs chipping away, but there's someone else amongst us that loves tripe.
You're a tripe guy?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I mean, I don't have it often because I don't know. It's not on
You
menus.
got to go to
But
Sabatino's.
it, yeah,
You got to go
I'm
to
gonna have to try
Sabatino's
it.
Brush your teeth.
because Sabatino's. I mean, tripe is it's either very good and edible or absolutely out. You're
Yeah.
out. But this
Yeah.
is really good.
Yeah.
I would try.
So let me ask you a question, Joe.
Yep.
Now that you have dipped your toe a couple times in the tripe zulu, as you just said,
The tripe's too good.
are you now a tripe guy?
No.
Sabatino's.
I am not a.
You wouldn't do it again?
I'm not going out of my way. If Chris orders it, I'll take a few things. I almost got someone at
Anybody orders
the
anything,
Baldwin
you
room
go out of your
on the
way to
chicken
eat
wing.
off your plate. What are you talking about?
That's the move, isn't it?
That's the Joe move.
Yeah.
The Joe.
Somebody
known
ordered
as the
it.
I
Joe.
almost at the Baldwin room. We were leaving, and there was a girl in there, and a couple girls was there.
Before but the table right next to us, we almost got him too. You're like, is that
Ooh.
General Gau's?
I go, is that
You're like,
General- oh, is that General Gau's chicken? That looks fantastic. And then the other girl with the chicken wing says, "Do you want one?" And I said, "No,
Yeah,
no, I
we
couldn't.
could have.
I could have got it. I
Yeah.
could have got
Joe,
it."
give us an expose of the Joe move. How do you go about when you want to like plate pick? We'll call it.
At this point, it's really just become a thing to laugh about because we have so much fun with it, and it becomes
But give the origin. How did this start for the viewers? How did it start?
I think it was out of Key
Batman and
West.
Robin.
Was it? Oh, it was
Key
Key
West.
West.
Key West?
Key West hammered walking down the street, and I didn't even remember this. They told me this the next day that there was someone walking out of a pizza joint with a pizza, and they said I asked them for a slice.
Yeah.
And I think they give
They give it, yeah.
So is the move, would you say you compliment the dish first, you schmooze them a little
You
bit?
have to feel the person out.
All right,
You gotta feel
so
them.
what's the move? I tell the move.
No, you go and you know, oh wow, you kind of look over the shoulder.
Wow,
Oh wow, that looks fantastic. You compliment them a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
And then you go in for the kill.
no,
See, I was thinking about getting that.
You never just reach without
Do
asking.
you wait for them to ask, say, oh, would you like a slice? Or
See,
do
you
you
get bonus points. You get bonus points if they. That's the whole point of it. That's fun. Is if you can get them to offer it to you without asking. That's the fun part. Like, oh wow, that looks really good.
So then almost
And then you have
sounds
the awkward pause. Like they're like, oh, am I supposed to offer this? Because it's kind of awkward now. He's just standing over me. Maybe I gotta offer him the food. Then he says, oh, would you like to try it? Because a nice person goes in and they say, oh, would you like to try it? And I go, oh, I couldn't. Then you go, I couldn't. Now if you say I couldn't, and then they still insist, then you get double bonus points
double
for the
bonus
move,
points.
right?
We should start keeping a book.
Wow.
Every
Yeah.
time we go out, we
Well,
document.
Well, we do mention it every time in the
You
podcast.
should
It's become a
You
thing.
should take a picture.
Take a
Yeah,
picture.
yeah,
We
yeah.
should do.
I
And
got
stop
a
Yeah.
picture somewhere. I'll get it. I got one.
And if you
That's
could
a
stop
good
and take
idea.
a picture of the drink, you could stop and take a picture of
See,
Joe.
Chris
Hey,
Bush's
that drink
food
looks
off the
delicious. Can I have a sip?
Yeah.
I mean, does it work the same way?
Chris is Joey's wingman when it comes to food. He scouts it out and he goes, "We're going after this one." It's a wingman. It's Batman and Robin. These two right here when it comes to it.
It's
Joey,
Definitely.
There's a full pie right over that way.
Jimmy, our
Jimmy!
guest just pulled in. Can you greet him?
Yes, I
What?
can greet him.
Jack is his name. Our guest is.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a guest. That's right. We have a guest, C-Deck.
See that? No, Deckett.
Oh, shit.
Deckett.
Never mind. Never mind what I just said.
Pay no attention to that.
Pay
man
attention
behind
to
the
what I just
curtain.
So should we wait to bring him in? Is he here?
Yeah, it's all right. We can go on.
What is this, Paul?
What?
I can't be the only one who sees a bumper sticker and has the urge to rear end
Oh.
them. What? I don't understand.
Don't be political.
Any, you
I'm
don't,
going to try and not be political, but there's certain bumper stickers on the see on a car, and they just kind of infuriate me. Even some of the ones that are like 8 years old, and you're like, well, first of all, I'm not a big fan of bumper stickers in general, but the bumper stickers on the car, and
half of
Yeah.
our whole show revolves around giving away free Good Morning Gloucester bumper stickers. You know that.
yours is a window sticker. It's on the side of my.
Oh,
It's on the window of
and
my
it's
office.
small.
And they're
It's
40
small.
cents a
Yeah.
piece. Die cut.
Yeah.
But that's a good point. Do you treat someone differently in front of you, depending on what bumper sticker is on their car?
I see what you're saying.
No,
Well, I definitely,
no.
I don't treat anyone differently, but I do size the person up completely based on,
You judge them. Yeah,
you
you're
get a
judging that person in the
Volvo
car.
with a, with
I'll give you a-
Elizabeth Warren sticker, or
Oh,
you have
so
a
you get
Trump
political.
guy with the 3 flags sticking out.
Let's play a
You
game.
kind of have them pegged.
Let's play a
Yeah.
game. Come on, Amber. You see a Hyundai with a Tweety Bird sticker, right? A Hillary Clinton sticker, and a what's the other one there?
Good morning, Mike.
The Christ symbols.
Oh yeah.
What do you
Coexist
do? You
ones?
size them right
Coexist?
up, or
What does
what's that?
coexist? What does coexist stand for?
Coexist.
What is that all about? Is it just
Well, it's like we should
peace?
all coexist, and then if you look at the coexist, all the symbols are different religious.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so
I'm
what do
down
you
with
think
that.
about the Hyundai with the
I
Tweety
have
Bird and Hillary?
I have the version of that, but it isn't a bumper sticker. It's stuck on my toolbox, but it's coexist, but it's all different gun manufacturers that spell out.
Very nice, very nice. Good morning, Mike Coder.
Morning,
Mike
Mike's
hasn't
up.
been on the podcast. Mike, if you're around, stop by. If you're in the car, come by and jump in with us.
And if you're wearing your puffy vest, bring that with you.
If you were,
He always wears like a puffy vest. I feel like.
no, that's
Yeah, I know it.
that is kind of his move. I don't know if it's puffy or if he just got put on a little bit of weight.
Is it terry cloth?
It's
Yeah,
not
that's what
that.
I was wondering.
It's down, or it's like probably more of a
Well,
Prima Loft. Like
See, but I'm envious because you do have the puffy vest, but it's the battery operated one that keeps you warm in the wintertime.
Yeah, those aren't puffy.
Those
They're
aren't
just
puffy.
That's not puffy.
Not puffy.
No, not
I have
puffy.
one.
Thank you, Pat.
They
I-
are
Not
fan-
puffy.
I
they
want to
are
know if
phenomenal.
The
Mr.
guy
and
underneath
Mrs.
it was puffy.
Yeah.
Puffy eyes, puffy bonza.
Are Mr. and
Bonza.
Mrs. Rogers on? Mr. and Mrs. Rogers, I forget your first name. We met you at 525 Friday night. Are you on? Mr. and Mrs. Rogers, come in, please. Come in.
Oh, they said they watched the show?
They said they were going to watch the show,
Oh, okay.
and there was going to be something we had to talk about. But
A lot
I don't
of
wanna
Friday night
about
talk.
it
A
tonight.
lot of
Some
Friday night
people
talk.
don't understand, and shout out to 525. If you go to 525, get the short rib nachos.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
which isn't on the menu, right?
Not on the menu. You gotta ask for it.
I
Insider,
have their short ribs and they're very good.
insider
Oh, the short
tip.
ribs are
Short
outstanding.
ribs on the nachos.
All right, where's 525?
This I think
Magnolia.
this is Kathy.
Oh, Kathy. Kathy's on. Good morning,
Hey!
Kathy. Kathy from 525. So
Hey, she showed up.
I promised her that I'd bring this up because she
Never comment, so we wouldn't know that she watches.
Huh? No, because
she's a noob?
something
She's
happened
a
to her at 525, and I don't think she'll ever be the same.
She got gassed. Someone
She
fought
got gas. Someone crop dusted her.
Oh, boy, oh,
Someone,
boy.
her and her husband were sitting at the bar at
After the short
525.
rib nachos.
Oh, look who's here! Tammy Rodolosi from 525, owner of 525.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Hey, Tammy, great night.
Great
The other
night.
night, the food was outstanding.
Even while Chris was crop
Services.
dusting people?
No, this has nothing to do with
none of us.
525. This has
Oh.
something to do with a friend of ours. Hey, Jack, how you doing, man? Nice to meet
How
you.
are you?
We'll get to you. We're just
How you doing,
shooting
man?
the shit. Feel free to jump in.
Yes, sir.
But
Pull me yep, perfect.
what happened was her and her husband were sitting at the bar, and one of our friends had their back to them, and he farted. He crop dusted them.
Well, crop dusted is usually walking by, isn't it? Like you
Oh,
kinda-
yeah,
and
maybe.
silently,
Right.
Could be.
And silently.
So they were,
It implies motion.
yeah,
yeah.
Well, the guy was kind of walking around. Your buddy was walking around.
yeah. So they were like
They know what you're
flabbergasted
getting
that
into.
someone would actually, do something like that. And I had to calm them down. They were very upset. And I said, I would bring. Jack is like, what did I get myself into here? Gee. So as a public service announcement, I'd like to say that if you stand behind somebody or you're in front of somebody
Terrible.
and you fart, just apologize. It's okay. I mean, everybody has to fart.
I don't agree with that move.
Can you
No?
look at him and
No.
smile?
Look at him and smile.
I don't okay, who's gonna admit that they've crop dusted occasionally?
How have you not?
You can't
Pat,
avoid it.
Come
completely,
on, Pat.
can you?
Have you ever
I'm
cropped?
dealing with comments over here. I
All right, so I'm glad that we don't have a bunch of liars here. That's good. But Coder says it's not okay.
It's
I said-
not okay.
So I'm going to give you. Everybody go around and say an instance where, and I'm going to say an instance. You say if this is acceptable or not.
oh boy.
You're in a. Okay, say you're at a bar that's a raging like your elbow to elbow, and everybody you get your drinks like this,
Yeah.
and there's a loud band music. You can't even hear the person next to you talk. Is it okay to crop dust in that instance? Or
Yes, because you need your personal space.
Right. Well, is the question
crop
does the
dusted.
person does someone have to hear it, and does it have to
No.
smell?
If a tree
Does it
falls
have
in the
to smell?
woods, is
Right,
that
right. If no one hears it and it doesn't smell, is it
Joe
Null and void.
Joe Porcaro says love crop dusting leaves all the people looking at each other as you walk. Oh, that's accurate. Yeah, that's accurate.
And Kathy said they crop dusted and then sat down right next to her. I mean,
Yeah, that's balls.
Oh, that's right. They did.
That is balls.
that's just not right.
I wouldn't do it in a setting where I would never do it in a restaurant.
You know where I love doing it? An elevator.
Oh, of course you do. Oh my goodness.
You play the blame game though. At that point,
We all start looking at
Well,
you.
that's
What
what
if the other guy-
That's a good question.
That's what Ed Colleges says. Have you ever crop dusted and looked around as if who did that?
Yeah.
Like incredulous. Incredulous.
No, that yeah.
The blame game.
Oh, now Jimmy wants to jump in on the fun now. Before he was all high and mighty. No. Now he's like, oh yeah, I did that one. I
I got news for you. When you were all shaving me, I bombed the house.
Were we making you excited?
Yeah.
This is awesome. All right, let's get to our guest.
Yes.
Why don't you do the honors?
Yeah, this is Jack
Dun,
Sayre
dun, dun, dun,
from
dun, dun, dun.
Decade.
Decade.
And I asked Jack to join us because a couple weeks ago, I had my boat done over.
Wow, look at that.
You call it the floor?
Yeah, the teak decking.
The flooring in my boat with his product, and I got his name from Mike, the dock master at Kissimmee Wharf, and I called him.
We've done 3 boats of that dock now.
What's that?
So we've done 3 boats of that dock.
Yeah,
now.
that's right, because
Yeah.
he's done Dennis's boat too down there.
Yep.
And I saw the work that he did to Mike's boat, and the one thing I didn't like about my boat when I bought it was the deck, and I'm like, I need something to, something more comfortable.
One thing I didn't like about your boat was the deck either, because you're all wet.
Yeah.
And you get out of
And
off the
you slip.
beach and you take a step on.
Yeah, and you slip, right.
Can you
Yeah,
pull
so
up,
of a tea
can you
kettle
pull
or
up
whatever
a
they call
couple
it.
of pictures and we'll hold it up so people
Yeah.
can get an idea what we're talking about before we go any further?
Yeah.
That's the best part about Decade, though, is like you said, you will never slip on our product. It is designed from the ground up to give traction during all the types of boating that you really need traction, whether it's fishing or at the sandbar with the kids. It just gives you that comfort and safety and that peace of mind knowing that when you step on your boat barefoot, you're not going to fall. You're going to have traction. It's like the difference between wearing cleats and running around in the grass barefoot.
And it cleans
at
up
that.
really well too, though. It holds up to like a high pressure hose.
Yeah, so we're one of the densest foams on the market, and we actually advertise the ability to be pressure washed, which is huge because
Oh, really?
at the beginning
That's good to know.
and end of every season, it's a great idea to pressure wash your boat. Obviously, don't hold it right up against it, but we say like an 1800 psi pressure washer held like 3 or 4 inches away from the foam, and it agitates the foam really well, and it gets kind of any dirt or something. Like, I'm probably the worst example of cleaning my own boat, and for me, I love it. I come in after a fishing trip, I give it a quick scrub, but I don't really sweat anything. And then at the end of the month or whenever I have time, I show up with that pressure washer, and it just goes back to brand new.
Yeah.
Now, is it chemical friendly for like
You can use
solvents and stuff?
Oh, nice.
Yep. So we can actually use bleach. You don't have to use any special cleaners on our
You can
product.
use bleach on
All
it.
right, hold on 1 second, Scotty. 1 second. Now, can you explain exactly what we're looking? This is Chris's deck.
Yep.
And you see all that tan area is your Decade thing.
Darker tan.
The darker tan. And what I'd like to mention is and highlight is every place where there's a hatch or a seam in the boat, you custom
Route it out.
and so you make it. The design is totally customized to the individual's boat.
Yep.
Which I think is it on top of all of the benefits that it has anti-slipping and comfort underneath your feet.
Yeah. And
Aesthetically, it's a beautiful product.
yeah, it totally transforms the boat, and that's kind of the best thing. And
Yeah.
so while we designed our foam from the ground up to withstand the heaviest types of use that a boat sees, whether it's fishing or heavy sandbar and cocktail hour, you name it. I mean, whether it's fish blood, ketchup, mustard, it all cleans up. But the big point in the aesthetics is you could have great traction. Carpets have provided great traction for 30, 40, 50 years, but they look terrible.
Yeah.
You're not going to buy a gorgeous boat, spend all this time waxing it. I mean, boat owners spend more time cleaning their boat than just about anyone spends cleaning anything.
And they retain like a stench.
Yeah. And you have all these products that hold moisture, have mold. It doesn't really increase the experience. All it does is kind of give a little bit of traction. Where Decade, not only does it give you that superb traction, but it increases your boating experience because you look at your boat and it looks beautiful. Not only does it look beautiful, but you go out fishing and you come in and you clean it the same way that you would clean your gel coat, and you go, wow, this is incredible. Or you go out and you're drinking with your friends and someone spills Gatorade or someone spills ketchup, and if you had carpet or this and that, you might ruin that product right then. It could be brand new and you ruin it. but you could have the lightest color. I have the lightest gray decket on my boat, and you can do anything. I mean, we tuna fish on my boat as much as possible, and I've had my entire deck red after getting a tuna. Yeah. And I come in and we hit it with the saltwater wash down on the way home. When we come in, we throw a little bit of Dawn in a bucket and deck brush, and it is back to brand new. Wow. It is really the difference between, they say buy nice or buy twice. Yeah. And that's the thing is with Deckit. I go and I quote other boats all the time that have 1 to 2 year old foam, and it's degrading, it's fading, it's chalking. The nice thing is Deckit has so many UV inhibitors built in, and it's closed cell throughout. You can pour water on it. You could pour coffee on it right now and then rinse it off with a water bottle, and it would be perfectly clean.
Well, what I'd like to mention as well, Chris's boat is pretty much brand new.
Yep.
And it looks gorgeous on his boat. There's a lot of boats out there that their boats, they may have like spider cracks in it and stuff like that. And it's not, they may have like a little bit of fading or stain that already has been stained. Yeah. That you could put this on, and it's like a huge upgrade.
My boat.
Not only Chris's boat looks better with Deckit, Chris looks better with Deckit.
So my
look at how much better he looks.
Oh, he looks fantastic. He looks great like that.
So my boat is the perfect example of that. Mine's a 98 Carolina Classic, and it's got 4,100 hours on it. It's been fished hard its whole life. It's been fished hard its whole life.
4,100 hours?
And, the gel coat on the outside, you can buff, you can wax that, you can bring it back to life, you can bring back the top sides, you can change the electronics. One thing that's really hard to do is bring the original non-skid back to life, because you go fishing, you have lead weights, sinkers, knives, hooks. My deck had all sorts of chips in it. It had blotchiness from where we tried to patch the gel coat. Yeah. So we put the Deckit on it, and, I just recently had gotten married, and I took my boat to the wedding, but you can see. Oh, really? But you can see, like,
I love it.
You gotta go right up.
It really.
There we go.
If you look
look at that. That's cool.
If you look at the deck, like if you looked at my deck, it would look blotchy everywhere.
Yeah.
Like that picture would have looked terrible.
Yeah.
2 seasons ago, because it just would have been blotchy everywhere. And you can see, just a couple weeks ago, I'm trying to find.
And as you're finding out,
turn your phone sideways.
I can't. This picture doesn't do it.
So I have a question on this decking.
Yep.
Hang on, Scotty.
What's the longevity?
Oh, what's that?
Scotty, hang on a sec. So what's also cool is you can get it engraved. As you can see, the name of my boat's Naughty Seas, and Jack was able to customize that. So right at the helm, I got the name of my boat right at the helm.
And the best thing is not only can it be engraved, but over there, it can also be lasered. So say you have something that's a little too intricate for a routed edge, we can use a laser. So whether it's a custom nautical compass, I have a business owner's boat that we did, and he has a barcode company.
Oh, wow.
And we actually lasered the barcode into the foam. Oh. So he had, so his it's not almost like his logo. It is his logo.
Cool.
And that's kind of one of those cool.
Good Morning Gloucester logo.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
do
that conversation.
And then
so look at that.
Let me get back to my question real quick. Is the longevity of the product?
Yeah, so we're real proud of our product, and we think in New England, with some basic care, you could easily see 7+ years out of our foam, which is phenomenal, because when you look at some of these other products, I mean, I am not kidding when I say that I have scanned boats that have 2-year-old product on their boat, and it looks like it's been beat.
Yeah. When
I say you're going to get 5 to 7 years out of Deckit, you're like looking at it year 5 and going like, wow, my deck still looks good.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the difference. I mean, we have commercial boats that have put 5,000-6,000 hours on their deck, and it still looks great. So the biggest thing that is gonna age your deck is sunlight and chemicals. So now bleach is fine. 1-to-1 bleach and water is okay.
Really?
What really does a number on the deck is people who use acids. So we tell everyone, if you come in and you clean your boat with soap and water, you'll probably almost never need bleach. But then when you do need bleach, 1-to-1 bleach and water, if you do that type of stuff, your boat is the deck is going to be resilient. I mean, I've probably washed my deck I mean, probably 150 times this year. I mean, we're out sometimes twice a day. Sometimes we go fishing in the morning and for cocktails at night.
Nice,
you know,
nice.
and it's like
I need a new job.
it's I took the boat to the Newport Boat Show yesterday to quote 2 jobs.
Oh, we
And-
were down there.
Oh man, I wish I knew.
Yeah.
But the crazy part is I still use my deck has 400 hours on it since it's been put on, and it's like my deck has 400 hours on it since it's been put on, and I still very happily show it to customers as like this is, and it's the lightest gray. It is like it's this gray. It is the lightest gray, and I still happily show it to customers, and there's not a single stain on the thing. I mean, it's
beautiful.
And we've had it covered in tuna blood. I've had it. I spilled 2-stroke oil on it at Block Island last week.
How about cigars?
So cigars, like any foam is going to burn if you drop a hot coal on it.
All right.
And that's just inevitable.
Keep an eye on it.
So, Joe, no smoking on
Yeah.
the boat.
How hard is
yeah.
it to get up just to change like one panel? Let's say you drop the cigar on it and you just want to change
Yeah,
that
So,
one
that,
panel.
so that's the benefit is when we scan your boat, when you work with us, we have your individual file forever.
Oh, nice.
Like I have Chris's Scout saved in 2 places, actually 3 places. And then it's also saved at the factory. So even say 6 years from now, he wants to sell his Scout and the deck still looks good, but say he wants tip top dollar. He can call me and say, hey, I have these panels. They look pretty worn. How, what can we do?
Yeah.
And the best thing is because I like my customers and I want to put decking on his next boat, I don't have to rescan the boat. So that's a discount I can give him right off the rip.
Yeah.
And I can say, hey, I'll order the materials. If you want to remove it, why don't you on a Saturday or on a Sunday, you go down there, you take a heat gun, and you just lightly heat the deck. And as soon as the glue gets above 150 degrees, you can peel right off.
Nice.
So that's
important because when my wife saw it, she absolutely loved it. But she's like, if we ever sell the boat, and how do we get the naughty C's?
Yep. So
how do we get that piece of it from the helm?
Yeah. So you have 2 options. We'll either recut one and send it right to you, or like it's not uncommon. Some people, a lot of our charter customers, what they'll do, because especially now everyone seems to be buying and selling boats, is we have these boats that have had 2,000-3,000 hours worth of use on them, and the deck still looks really good, but they're going for tip top dollar. So they go, yeah, if I spend $2,500 or $3,500 redoing the deck and it really makes this boat show, I'm probably going to get in this market $4,000 or $5,000 or $6,000 more because it goes from a detractor. Like when I bought my boat, I actually got money off because the deck was beat. I was like, that's $3,000 worth of gel coat, non-skid, all this other stuff. And then all I did was I sealed everything up and I put deck it down. And that's
just like that.
And that's
the cost was very, very attractive. I thought it was going to cost a lot more. But if someone wants to reach out to you, I know Pat put your
so you can
your website in,
so you can email us. You can go to the website. We're on Facebook, Deckit of New England. We're on Instagram, Deckit_New England. Reach out on any of those things, or you guys can always, if you click the link, Living Salty Boats, you have my number, my email. There's multiple ways to contact us. And the big thing is right now, this is the best. A lot of people say they want to do Deckit for next year. This is the best time to do it because what happens is in the spring, we're installing as well. Right now, we're pretty much done installing. I mean, I have probably 10 or 15 more boats to install next week. And then after that, unless they're a commercial fisherman or something along those lines, everyone's waiting until the spring.
Yeah.
So right now, we're getting back to the point where we're fully booking scans. So we're able to get to you sooner. We have way more time to lock in and finalize your design. And then come February, we take the material deposit, we order the foam. And that way, as soon as the weather turns, we're able to get you on the list and you're installed in April or May rather than being like everyone else in the boating industry waiting until June, July, August.
Yeah, the third week in June.
Yeah, third week in June.
Everybody else.
Yeah.
Bananas. Like people that need like that here, that's also a PSA. If you have cushions that are fucked up on your boat right now and you fucking shrink wrap your boat and then July 3rd, the third week of June, you unwrap, you finally get to unwrapping your boat. We take our boats out in probably May, but some people.
I mean,
and then you call the canvas guy. Then you're a fucking asshole. You are an asshole. Okay. Right now is the time to call the canvas guy. Right now is or the decket guy.
Yeah.
Right now is the time to call.
And it works out really well. I mean, for just $300.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
For just $300 to $400, depending on the boat, we can go through and we scan your entire boat. We work through the CAD work. We give you a rendering so you know what it looks like. You can go over three or four different color options. I mean, we show you a real rendering of what your boat's going to look like. We're not showing you like a black and white thing and say, imagine it's brown.
Imagine, right?
You know, so
I think I might want to do my Zodiac.
And we do that all the time. And but you get to see all of these real renderings. And then we have the best part about doing it. And when we order the stuff in February is you just basically skipped all of the possible supply chain headaches that we've all been dealing with and struggling with this past year. I mean, you know, people who ordered in May, it was we didn't necessarily have supply chain issues, but we had a massive influx of volume. I mean, we went from expecting to do, you know, maybe 40 boats a month to in May, I think we did 90 this year. And it's one of those things where, so even if you were on the schedule, just trying to fit you in when there's that much volume is hard. But obviously all the guys who got scanned before, they were all installed by May 1st, May 2nd. And
what's one of the more difficult jobs or stranger requests that you've ever had for decades?
So the tighter the
Can
area.
you deck it, my wife?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, the tighter the area, the harder it is. So when we custom scan and template, we set up. It's a machine that we set up like on a tripod, or we set it up just on the deck and we zero it out. So believe it or not, one of the hardest boats to scan is like a 17-foot Montauk.
Really?
You know? Yeah, because the gunnels are so narrow. And the console is so wide on that.
I was going to go with a 13-wheeler, but
same concept because there's just a lot of stuff in the way. Yeah. Now we still get it done. It's just like funny. I mean, so Chris's boat, for example, it took three files to scan his boat. I moved the scanner 3 times. On my own personal 17-whaler, I put the scanner in 7 different places.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's one of those things. So the smaller and tighter the boat, it just gets a little bit more complicated, which is why sometimes when people go, "Oh, it's a small boat, it should be an easy job," I always just chuckle in my head. I'm like, you know.
So can you give a range in is it by the foot, the square foot? How does it work?
So anything over 1,000 is by square foot. Under 1,000, we typically have a small surcharge for the scan or for the install, just because when you're buying our product, you're paying for the foam. We get the best foam possible from our supplier. And it's one of those things where we really need the job. We really need the job to be over 40 square feet before I can afford to pay my guys to install the deck. And so if it's under 1,000, we're more than happy to do it. But a lot of times there's like a $80 or $100 install fee, which isn't much, but it's I'm not trying to gaff the guy on the small job. It's just enough to basically send my installer out there and make sure the job's done right. Because even if you do a small boat, like even if you do a $400 Zodiac kit, I mean, if you want to put it on yourself, that's fine. But if you,
I would not. I would. I am not handy.
I'll do it.
Maybe there's some handy. No, I wouldn't have to do it either.
But you know, you're still paying $400 and going to be looking at it for the next 5, 7, 10 years. You know, it's like to put to that extra $100 to have it done by someone who does 200 boats a year there is no chance. Yeah, it really is priceless because. It's not necessarily that it's rocket science. I mean, it's peel and stick. That's the beautiful part about the product. But from how you lay it out in the sun versus the shade, how you put it down, it makes all the difference in the kind of final appearance of the kit. That's going to be the best money you spent. Yeah.
Having the product. I can't even imagine someone would try to do that.
Speaking of that, Kodia has spreading rumors that GMG is giving away a decket for up to a 20 foot.
For up to a 16.5-foot Zodiac. That's insane. It was a Zodiac yacht line 480. That's what they said. No, actually, we're going to talk afterwards.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
And is there a way to have a Good Morning Gloucester discount?
If you guys mention the podcast and say something about farts or whatever, I'll give you
Farts.
Promo code farts.
I'll give you $100 off. So
That's $100 fart.
$100. Hey,
as long as it's not like asking for a helm pad, that's $100.
No, right.
No. On a full deal.
On a full decade kit, you get $100 off if you mention the Good Morning Gloucester.
Nice.
Cool. And how much is in general to do a custom like that? Like
so like
say I wanted the GMG logo.
So a lasered logo is $100.
Okay.
And a routed logo is $75.
Cool.
So the laser just takes a little bit longer to run and a little bit more setup time, but.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. You're welcome to
you
hang
can
out
stick
with
around.
us.
We're going to talk about more farts.
Can't get enough farting here.
Hey, Joe.
So something
Death Row Sub.
Oh, thank you for that. I would be remiss if I did not ask you these two questions.
Okay.
Podcast virgins get to ask two questions. It's one question.
I'm sorry, where are you from, Jack?
Swansea. So if
Swansea?
you guys,
You drove up here from Swansea?
yeah. So
you were in Newport yesterday.
Yeah,
A little easier.
Yeah, so Swansea's it's actually a great area for this because, I'm all in Rhode Island and all the way up to Maine. So it's really basically, I'm an hour and 20 to the Cape.
Yeah.
Hour and 30 here if I leave early.
You didn't take the boat.
No,
You
it's
should have taken
a lot.
the boat.
It's a lot long. It's a lot longer to get up here. But I'm really it's wonderful. Like within 2 hours of basically everywhere everywhere that is kind of a large market for us. I can get to anywhere in Rhode Island in pretty much under an hour and a half. I can get to anywhere on the Cape in pretty much an hour and a half. I can get here in an hour and a half. I mean, pretty much all of the major markets are within a short drive, and the way that we schedule it, it works out. I think I had scanned your boat right around the same time I had installed. That I had installed mics, and when I did mics, it was his friend Dusty was getting his boat done, and same deal. So every single time we do it, it always works out well because. If one person wants deck it, there's always a second or a third that does need it. And, we really try hard to communicate well with the customers and let them know our time frame and our schedule. So it works out well as far as them spreading the word and getting their friends on board too with hopping on a
Scotty,
kit.
so why don't you ask the two questions?
I was going to Paul
The virgin.
Go ahead.
No, you.
You do it.
I haven't been here long enough. You got seniority.
Paul.
All right, podcast virgins. I'll do it. I always get asked the two same things. Like Death Row.
Yeah.
You get last meal.
Yep.
All right, so on this we do Death Row sub. So sub from a place that can't be like a homemade sub. Sub at a restaurant or a deli that you would go to for your Death Row sub, and then we're going to do same thing for a Death Row meal.
All right, so a sub would be Marzilli's in Fall River.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Joe and I would
So what would the sub be?
I'm a big fan of their Italian subs.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
is it as good as the St. Joseph's? Is the St.
I-
Joseph's?
Have you tried Virgilio's here in
No,
Gloucester?
I don't have to try it. I'm just gonna say it's better.
Oh,
I mean-
jeez. Good thing Joe's not here.
Jimmy, you gonna drive a Virgilio's St. Joseph's down to
Swansea?
I'm going to have to.
All I'm saying, so in Fall River, there's these two sub shops. There's Marzilli's and Marcucci's, and
Really?
and both of them are to die for. But Marzilli's is
Hots or no hots?
It depends. I could go either way.
Because that's a big deal on an Italian sub.
Yeah. So
mayo or oil?
So I'll do oil, but I usually like hot peppers. But if a friend, we just get the peppers on the side a lot of times because you get they come in 3 foot long subs. And you just cut them up. But if you're going to a BC game or a Patriots game or something, there's nothing better than when someone shows, because we all of our friends from down there, someone shows up with Marzilli's or Marcucci's, and we're just like, oh.
Anybody listening now that has been to Fall
Dana,
River?
we'll make it to Mid-Coast, Maine. Reach out.
Also, is that a question, Dana, that they go
I
to
wasn't sure what
Maine?
that meant,
I
so.
think the answer is
we'll
yes,
go to
Dana.
Mid-Coast, Maine.
If you have a boat up in Maine and you need deck it,
Oh, I get it.
And you go to the boat, huh? They don't have to bring the boat to you.
Yeah, no, they don't have to go to the boat. They don't have to bring the boat to us.
Awesome.
There is.
Joe, you just missed.
Did you give him a sticker?
Not yet.
No,
we're still doing death row.
All right, hold on.
We're going to get to the meal
You
right
just
now.
got the
Joe.
sub, Joey.
Yeah, and there
Well,
was
what's
almost
that?
fighting words,
Italian.
Joe.
Margilios?
We
No,
passed it
What's that?
yesterday. We could have went
Marzilli's.
Yeah.
Marzilli's and
Marcucci's is great too.
Marcucci's and Marzilli's,
but
like
Marzilli's
two
is the
sandwich
one
places in Fall River.
to
And
die
we said,
for.
"Have you tried the Virgilio's St. Joseph's?" He's like, "I don't even have to.
Ooh.
This place is
Yeah.
better."
Have you heard of Antonio's in
Fall, is it
I don't know if it's
New
Fall River-
Bedford.
New Bedford,
New
Fall
Bedford.
River, Portuguese place.
Yeah, so I have heard of Antonio's, but I haven't had it.
Yeah, so I think it's worth a stop.
Yeah,
They have like little necks, and
Oh, yeah.
they call it alla Tajana. I'm Italian, but
Yep.
any of my fishermen that go down there, they bring it back, and it's fucking lights up.
How about the restaurant?
Meal.
Yeah, it's a meal, so it
like-
has to be at a restaurant, not your mother's house.
yeah.
Like
We already explained the rules.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
it's-
You were working.
All right, so if it's like one of our favorite meals is there's this little burger joint in Warren called Chomp Kitchen and Drinks, and they're these gourmet burgers. They have this one. It's called the Stack. It's a beef patty, a beef and pork patty, and then a chicken Mozambique fried breast.
Jesus.
Road
Yeah.
trip.
It's one. It's it's literally as tall as this cup.
Oh,
And I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, when I feel like having the Stack, a lot of times it's during shrink wrap season, and I skipped breakfast and lunch.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Just to get that.
yeah,
sandwich.
get out of work.
That's how you order it. You go give me the stack.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
ask for the Stack, you get it, and it's
Chomp. It's called Chomp.
Chomp.
yeah,
In what city?
it's in Warren, Rhode Island.
Warren, Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Chomp.
It's
Worth
pretty
it.
phenomenal.
You know
Road
what I
trip.
like about
Road
Jack is when we asked him those questions, there was no hesitation.
I like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
He was
fuck
ready.
it.
I
Ready.
mean, most people we
There's
ask those
nothing-
questions, it's like 30 minutes
there's
before
nothing
we get an
fucking
answer.
worse.
It's ready.
You know what?
Well
That-
Oh,
Very
jeez.
well
done.
Let me see.
Oh my God! You asked me for the key to fucking.
No, when you have a shitty day, you go to something. It's not. I'm not going to some random.
Jack, I want to let
restaurant.
you know something.
I go
Before
right
we
to
go any
Chomp.
further, Joe's about to bestow upon you a 40-cent Good Morning Gloucester sticker right here.
Oh, sweet.
Make sure you factor
Die
that
cut.
into his
Die
order.
cut.
Don't
Die
put it
cut.
on the bumper.
The only reason there were 40 cents is because we ordered a bazillion of them. There would have been a lot more money. But they hold up. If you have a Yeti,
But he's a value guy.
like see that Yeti?
Yep.
I have them. I've had them on mine.
Yeah, they go through the
Dishwasher.
They
dishwasher.
go through the dishwasher for years.
Yeah.
They're super high quality. Fuck off. Fuck off.
We've only had them for a
Fuck
year.
off.
We've only had
Fuck
them.
off.
Maybe they use the same glue that they use on decking. That's
Yeah,
why it
maybe.
holds up so well.
Maybe.
Oh, come on.
Dishwasher.
Give me the focus.
Nonetheless, they're 40 cents a
Damn it.
piece.
Oh, you're going too fast, Joe.
Thank you.
There you go. No, I mean, I don't know. You might have a Yeti cooler. You want to put that on? A Yeti
Do you have
mug.
any kids you want to give one to?
For their skateboards?
I wouldn't even mind
Fisher
the skateboard.
Price
I
toys.
hate it when
Running
this is
joke.
the running joke is that we only have X amount of these,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And they do like we had to buy a forge on them to get the price down to I don't know. Was it 40 cents? It was more than 40 cents. But anyway, we have fucking people in our staff that are like, oh, little kids come in and like, oh, you want a sticker? And they give them the sticker. The kid takes it out, puts it on his forehead. I'm like, the fucking thing, you just threw it. You might as well throw it in the toilet.
He heard
I
change
want the-
falling on the ground.
It does
But
bother
we
him
made
so
that
much.
kid so happy.
Yeah. A little slice
It's all
of love.
about GMG.
Yeah.
It's all
Kid
about
don't-
happiness.
Tomorrow he's not even going to remember.
Yeah. Well, speaking of kids' happiness, so last night was exciting for Deckit. We raffled off a Deckit kit and all the benefits of the Deckit kit. We raised over $2,000
Nice.
Oh, wow.
to go towards taking foster kids from the charity. It's called Friends of Jack. It's not my charity. It's the Farrens in Mattapoisett, but
Okay.
Jill and George Farrens they run the charity, and
Nice.
yeah, they do a lot for the kids
Oh,
who
nice.
need stuff from
That's a nice chunk of change.
from kids in hospitals and child life specialists, all that stuff. But one of the benefits was
Oh shit! What is going on here?
Whoa, we're both blowing up.
Whoa.
Yeah.
one of the benefits
It's your
is
mother, Joe. She's making cookies.
100% of all donations for them they goes directly to the kids, and it was awesome. Last night we raffled off the kit. We raffled off $2,000 worth of decking, and we raised more than that to take the
Nice.
kids fishing, which is always the goal.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Raise more than the raffle. So it's awesome. So next year we're going to take a lot of foster kids, probably 3 or 4 Saturdays throughout the summer. We're going to take them and get as many boats and as many kids as we can, take them out fishing, bring them to lunch, let them do whatever they want, and kind of just show them what it is to live on the New England coastline, because we are so fortunate to live here.
Nice. Oh, I hear it. Well, Jack, thank you very much. We appreciate it. And again,
I had one more question for Jack. Jack, if there's a way that we can get...
Is that a call-in question?
No, it wasn't, but I wanted to ask you before.
Great segue.
Joe, people are asking what it is with the swearing today.
Yeah, you're fired up today, Joe.
Yeah.
I mean,
He had a tough morning, folks.
When
we walked in, he was having a tough morning.
I did have a tough morning.
He was chipping frozen ice. If you chip frozen ice for 3 hours,
iced frozen
That's
fish.
fine.
Yeah,
I wonder if I'll be able to
that's
ask this
actually
question
where I'm
anytime soon.
Chopping
Or
up
just
frozen
not.
fish.
Joe,
Can I ask the question? He's fucking with me right now. That's why I'm swearing, because I am. So,
That's it.
if we can organize a bunch of people so that you come down at the same time, is there benefit in that, or no?
I mean, not
Because
really entire. I mean, the way it works is we're appreciative of it, and if we can pass on some savings, maybe on typically normally there's extra, like if you do multiple logos or something, there's
It's not like
usually
a
extra,
tattoo party.
But
it's too bad.
if we can do something to kind of save, but the biggest cost of our product is the foam. So it's not like one of those things. Like we can't really. Just,
Okay, I didn't know if like we can.
Yeah.
You're sending, if the guy's coming from Swansea and he's gonna scan 3 boats all at once, and then they're gonna come down and install 3 boats the same day. I would think that there would be a little bit.
I mean, it's like I said, if we can help you out on some logos or whatever, but we schedule it that way. We're doing that anyway.
Okay, I get you.
You
you would say, okay, we have a bunch of things backed up in Gloucester. I'm gonna send a guy that day.
Gotcha. I don't send myself or my guys to like the Gloucester and the Cape in the same day.
Gotcha.
The way I set it up, like it's like if we're going to Gloucester, we might be going to Portland that day too. You know, or if we're going to Gloucester, we might have 3 boats in Gloucester. Like the way it works out.
Gotcha. No, I gotcha.
So it kind of almost always works that way, just naturally. But it is appreciated, and if someone does do it, like Mike Shelton had done that when he had organized. He had organized Chris, and then his other friend Dusty, and so Mike, he wanted to change the color a couple times. There's typically stuff that if we have to do more on the design end, there's small fees that we just kind of forgave.
All right. So the website is
livingsaltyboats.com.
Living Salt. Pat, you can put that in?
Yep, she did.
Okay, I want it down here at the end so people can see it. And then
Decade of New England on Facebook and on Instagram, Decade_New England. You can see all of our most recent jobs and what we're up to.
And if you mention Good Morning Gloucester and farts, what happens?
That's the keyword.
You get $100
off.
Jack, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to stick around if you'd like.
I couldn't get it.
Joe, we got the Fish Box Derby today.
Mm-hmm.
Fish Box Derby.
Is today the Fish Box Derby?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Wow. It's good for traffic on Rogers Street.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fish Box Derby on the Spanks, the swingers down at the villages know about this, and they're bringing it to our attention.
Yes.
How are they involved? I wonder.
They got a big pineapple car.
Upside down pineapple.
Oh, speaking of that, remember our waiter yesterday at the Baldwin Bar? He had a pineapple pin on his hat, and it was right side up.
Oh.
But of course, I saw the pineapple.
The pineapple's on the wrong way. He goes, "What are you talking about?" The pineapple's on the wrong way.
He was afraid of us the rest of the night.
Chris, everybody around us, he's telling that the 2 couples that we met at Hedonism last year. This is a little reunion.
Hey, let's get Jack in on a topic real quick before he takes off.
Absolutely. Okay, I love it. Okay.
The last one is a good one.
Okay, who is the? Okay. Well, you want to ask it since it's your question?
Well, of course, it's always.
There's 5 of his questions on here this week.
Wait, did you submit anything, Scotty?
Nothing.
So, Jack, who is the most famous person you've ever shaken hands with?
Oof. That's a tough one. I mean,
other than me.
Yeah, I'm here, right? I would probably say. I don't know. I didn't even shake his hand, though, actually. I was going to say
Jack,
Tom Brady. But I really didn't shake his hand. He just autographed a bunch of stuff for me. Which he doesn't sign a lot of autographs, though. That's the only thing. He only does it.
So you have his autograph?
Well, My brother sold it, but
Oh,
I did get his autograph at one point. I was like, hey,
man.
Needed a new deck.
That's a pretty high end. That's an A-list right there. How about you, Scotty? Well, you've got a bunch of artists.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of a toss-up because I met the guy for like a short second. Another guy like I hung out with. So I mean, to shake his Joey Ramone from the Ramones was one, and Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, nice.
Mark Wahlberg A-list. There you go.
Boston A-list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would say that Mark Wahlberg would.
No, he's legit A-list. I
He
just
was like
because he's Boston
he's like-
A-list.
Yeah, but I mean,
he was like the
Entourage.
top grossing male actor like for like 3 years in a row. Like 2 years
Entourage.
back. Yeah.
His list of things. Actually, if you look at his IMDb page,
Yeah.
it's outrageous. Yeah. How much? Even on the producing side of it.
Yeah,
More than the
executive producer,
Yeah,
like,
more
and direct. Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know if he's directed yet. Man, I'm not
I
sure.
don't know. Go ahead, Paul.
I have had a bunch. I wouldn't even have one that would be more famous than the other. I worked for the Patriots for 3 years, so I got to know all the Patriots and a lot of
Mr.
their
Kraft,
guests,
obviously.
Mr. Kraft and Mrs. Kraft, and their guests and
You ever
rock
touch any of
bands
the
at the
footballs?
show. No, never
Which
touched
one
Here's
that
just
like didn't you wash your hand and you just kept looking at
Well,
it?
being a Steelers fan that I am, Terry Bradshaw was one of my
nice.
top
Oh, wow,
highlights
there you go.
when he was doing Fox
It's
Sports.
Craig Kimberly. Where is he?
Another
Yeah.
another A-lister. Okay, Chris.
Donald Trump and Colin Powell.
Wow.
Donald Trump, before he was president, I was at his resort for a conference down in Florida, and he was down there walking through the lobby, and a swarm of people walking towards me, but I'm the only one walking towards them, and I got the opportunity to extend my hand and shook his hand. Actually, that was during the controversy. The controversy when they were talking about the size of his hands.
Oh,
Remember
yeah,
Donald?
yeah.
Yeah.
Small hands, yeah.
Does he have small hands?
He does. And then Colin Powell was at a conference.
Oh, wow. Mike Codere with Becky Quick. That's who is it that is absolutely in love with Becky Quick? Oh,
Who's
the
Becky Quick?
chief. You know who Becky Quick is?
Oh, on CNBC.
Chief Ed.
Yeah.
Ed
You know?
Conley is obsessed with Becky Quick.
Really?
From CNBC, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a nice one.
Mike Codere, next time you see Ed Conley, he's gonna freak out.
Jimmy, how about you? I know you were. Wasn't he part of the Mets organization?
He was big, high-ranking official. High-ranking official.
I'm sure when you went up to their cars.
Parking lot D, parking attendant Jim Dalpier. It's high-ranking.
High-ranking parking lot D official.
I touched their passes, and I didn't wash my hands after I touched their passes. No, I would say there's two chefs that I really got to know, and I really tried their stuff, and it was really rewarding. And judging from the way a lot of people talk to, they're really great, and they're Craig Kimberly and Ralph.
Sister I thought you were going to say Sister Felicia.
Yeah, Felicia's pissed.
Oh, Al Pacino. Al Pacino is cool.
That's
a good one.
super A-list. Pat,
Yeah.
how about you?
Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah.
Lynn Scannell.
I don't think I have. I think I got nothing.
Living in the
Except
backwoods
if it was anybody, it was probably in this room.
No, but really, none of the Mets.
No,
None of the
not
Mets
yet.
when you were with the high-ranking official with the Mets as well in the ticket office.
Not even.
I was in the ticket office.
Not even
So
that.
they
See,
would-
Pat is a little bit more realistic
What's
in
that
her
football?
her thing.
She's like, I was in coat check.
Tried to play baseball.
C.J. Kelly,
Oh,
Albert
Tim Tebow.
DeSalvo.
Tim
Wasn't
Tebow.
that like a mass murder?
No, never
Wasn't
met him.
Albert
Not
DeSalvo
even.
like a
Bobby
mass
Orr. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, I got Ray Bork. Actually, Larry Bird. I was very young. He was young. He was a rookie. Don't laugh. I was at a basketball camp in Wellesley.
You were.
I was at, and it was run by the Celtics.
How the hell did they let you into a basketball camp at your height?
That's hilarious.
It was my parents trying to get rid of me for 2 weeks.
Like Spud Webb.
Yeah, but
That
Larry
is-
Bird just signed on
Wow.
with the Celtics, and he came to the camp
Wow.
and got
That's
to
pretty
shake his hands.
I was working at a bar in Boston, and Cam Neely walked in, and then I was the doorman. He sat down at the chair that I was sitting at, and girls came in, handed me an ID, then handed him the ID. And he checked the ID, and he let her in. She goes, "Oh my God, Cam Neely just checked my ID." So she got to shake hands with Cam Neely.
That's funny.
Oh, that's cool. Drew Carey and Whoopi at Captain Carlos.
Oh, I never knew
that's
that
right.
Drew Carey was there. I knew Whoopi, of course, was there.
Derek Sanderson.
Whoopi's kind of off the reservation now, isn't she?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Fucking bananas. Anyway, there you go. I don't know. We're at an hour and 10 minutes. I think we should call
We
it.
have six. We have 6 shares so far.
6 shares. All right. So we'll explain it and then we'll give them a minute. If you share the podcast and you type "shared" in the show notes, you have a chance to win one of Pat's. You know what? Let me look in the. I'm going to go a while.
Oh, here we go.
John, he's going to the closet.
I'm going to the closet.
closet.
I'm going to the closet.
What's this thing?
We should follow him with the camera. So
Oh.
that would be funny.
They can have that.
Like you see the bin he's going into.
They can have the teak over cream Decade cover you see in your hand, the one that says Decade in New England.
Come on back, Joe.
Oh.
They're gonna need you.
They can have that too. That fits a Yeti 35.
Oh,
So it can,
nice.
Oh,
there we go.
So that's a prize?
yeah, they can have that.
All
as well.
right.
Look
So
at
this
that.
right here, you can put that on your Yeti 35.
And
Or an Arctic.
You
if
can
it's-
cut. Can
So-
you cut fish on that?
I mean, you'll cut the foam. It is foam.
Oh, all right.
It's just to add a little bit of comfort and
Comfort.
traction when you're
If you
sitting
were
on it or
sitting
stepping
on
on
your
it.
butt
Sitting
on
on-
that as opposed to a Yeti,
Yeah,
that's
I like
nice.
that.
Joe
that's
went to the laundry basket.
Forget it. That's not going on.
So the winners will let us know what they
I was
got
gonna
when you
fucking shit on
announce them.
What's that?
The winners will let us know which of these two, the coasters or the foam. What are we calling this?
It's just a cooler topper.
Foam cooler topper.
Decade.
When their names get dropped.
There you go. Good job, Scotty. Good job. Nice work. As usual, per usual. So we have 7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
7.
Here we go. Do. Can we get the Jeopardy music, Scotty?
You don't want to give away the laundry?
No, I'm not going to give it away. You fucking ruined it for me. All right, here we go. First person to announce which prize they want will have first pick. There we go. Number 6.
Number 6, Kathy
Yeah,
Barlow.
And Kathy Barlow came and visited. And number 3,
Number 3, Chris Thompson.
Chris Thompson once again. Whoever has first, and Kathy Barlow came down and visited. She's one of our regulars, commenters and everything else, and she came down and visited the wharf and said hi the other day. So that was nice to actually
It
meet
was
her.
a tour. So the tours are picking up.
Tours are picking up. All right, and Chris says he wants the Decade thing.
Okay.
Nice.
There you go. And so Kathy gets that. You can pick that up at Arts Abound on in Lexington Ave at
Magnolia. Yeah, in Magnolia, where the
Oh,
farmers market is
they're
happening
both
this
saying
morning.
Yeti topper.
Kathy, you're sorry, Kathy,
Kathy.
you're too late. Chris already claimed it.
Actually, that was on the show notes. Magnolia
Yes.
Farmers Market being held today and every Sunday until mid-October from 10 a.m. till 1 p.m.
Right, so we're gonna head over. I'm probably gonna head over there.
Neil Overberg
So
said hi.
Kathy's not going to be back till October.
Okay, so I will hang on to the coasters.
She'll hang on to them. Just remind us, Kathy. No, you'll still get it, Kathy.
Yeah.
Just send us
I'll
a
wait
reminder when
until-
you're coming.
I'll wait until maybe mid-October to
All
take
right.
them to Arts Abound.
All right.
Hey, Jack, can people
Neil
order the
Overberg
Yeti
says hi,
toppers?
Joey.
Like-
Yeah, they can order it. They can just send me a message through the website or through Facebook or Instagram and tell me what size Yeti they have if they want their own custom logo cut. The winter is a great time to do that. They're not really the type of thing to order and go through the design process in the middle of June. So
Third week in June.
yeah, so if you're looking for a Yeti topper or something like that, because when you route a logo on it, we have to slow the router down obviously to get all the detail. So when we're trying to pump out hundreds and hundreds of kits for boats across the country, it makes a lot more sense to do the Yeti toppers and stuff in the winter. So if you are thinking of something like that,
Third week of June would be perfect time.
Yeah,
Third week of June.
When you call your upholstery guy.
Yeah, when you call it right after you call the canvas guy or for the isinglass, call it in the middle of the winter. It'd be perfect. Thank you for coming on.
No, I appreciate it.
Before you leave, I want to talk to you about doing my Zodiac.
Awesome.
And anybody else that wants to do it, make sure you mention Good Morning Gloucester for a $100 discount.
Okay,
Thank you so
we'll
much.
be right down.
I'll be ready. And we are out.
Little town with big news. 411, come get the scoop. Wake up with Joe and the rest of his crew. It's Good Morning Gloucester to you. I say,